Guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for dropping in. What this video is about is my tips for riding safely in Thailand on a motorcycle or a car. These are only my tips, the observations that I've got since I've been here in Thailand, which is 14 years riding and driving a car. So stay tuned, grab your favourite drink, intro. Hi guys, why wouldn't you want to come to Thailand? Huh? Look at this. Awesome. Come visit. So guys, the first thing, number one, the first thing is you need to be legal. And so to be legal in Thailand, if you're here on a short-term visa, you need to have a driving license from your home country which states the category of car or motorcycle or scooter you can drive. You've got a license for. Now, a lot of people in the UK, they've got a moped endorsement on their car license that enables them to drive a moped. Here, there's no mopeds. The smallest bike you'll get most probably is about 100cc, so you need a motorbike license for that. And you also need an IDP, an international driving permit. If you're here on a long-term visa, you need a Thai driving license, and they're quite easy to get. You can get them for the local DLT, Department of Land Transport, and you might have to take a test, or you might be able to show your say UK license and an IDP, and you need a medical and you need a certificate of residency, and they sometimes just transfer them over. I've got a car and a bike one, and they're about 300 baht each. You have to do a colourblind test and you have to do a perception test sometimes. My initial license was for 2 years, and then I renewed it and got 5 years. And while we're on the subject of that, remember, if you're not legal in Thailand, if you've got even if you've got first-class bike insurance in Thailand, you will not be legal. So the insurance will not pay out, and which is pretty much the same in all countries. You wouldn't be able to insure something and be expected to get them to pay out if you haven't got a license to drive it. Prepare yourself, because it is the Wild West here. And I'm going to go on to that in a little bit more detail just in a minute. Right, a lot of the stuff in Thailand is about being seen, which I've noticed over the years that I've ridden and drove here. On my bike I've got LED white lights, and I've also got LED yellow lights that flash. And so it's quite obvious I can be seen, because I notice it if I'm coming up to junctions or there's a left-hand turn I'm coming up to. You can see people look. You can see them starting to pull out and then they stop, so I'm seen, and that's one of the most important things, to be seen. And also at night time, I don't like riding at night, very rare do I do it. Get a high-vis jacket, stick that on. It all helps guys, it all helps. Right, distance is key, okay? In the Thai driving license they have to do a perception test, which is like two sticks that are running down like this. And when the sticks they're like horizontal to each other, they have to hit a button. At times I've noticed it that they don't get the idea of the speed that you're going and the distance you're going, so they may just pull out on you because they don't get that. That's why it's on the Thai driving test. So make sure, don't think because you're coming up at a junction they're not going to pull out on you. So again, being seen is important. And while we're on the subject of that, they will pull out on you from the left. Okay, they will pull out on you from the left without even looking. And while we may not agree that it's right, that's the way it is. And that's where you've got to get your mindset different, because that's the way it is. Jumping up and down is not going to make it any better. You've got to adapt your driving to the Thai way of driving with the skill and knowledge you've got. And also they will tailgate you. Okay, they'll be, driving right up your rear end, and the best, if you're on a bike, the best thing to do is to pull over into the small lane on the left hand side and wave them through. Just let them go, because at times I've put my hazards on and turned around and told them to go away and stuff like that, and then it just winds you up a little bit because some of them are crazy. But my advice would be just to pull over to the left hand lane and wave them through and let them go. Drivers, they don't do corners too well, so if you're on like a dual carriageway, or and you'll go around a bend, they will, not all of them, but they will come over to your lane as they go around the bend. So just be prepared for that and give them plenty of space, or don't get like level with them. Maybe drop back a bit. If you're coming into a corner, drop back a little bit. If they come over, you've got plenty of space to get out of everything. God forbid if you're in an accident, what normally happens in an accident, the vehicles that are involved in the accident must not be moved at all to the side of the road, or they must be left exactly where they are until the police come. Normally the police will arrest both parties until it's determined who's to blame. So yeah, don't move anything and accept that you could be arrested, both of you, until you know whose fault it is. Some drivers will overshoot traffic lights. Some drivers will turn right when the light's red. If they think it's clear, they will go. So they will overshoot traffic lights sometimes, especially if they're going at a rapid rate. So if you're waiting to cross a set of traffic lights, or even like a crossroads junction, never be the first away. All right, always look right, left, and make sure you take your time. Don't pull out fast. Just take it nice and easy and cross the intersection or the crossroads at safety, constantly looking all the time. I'm sure a lot of you know this one. A lot of them will drive without lights. They may have a head torch on, which again, so if you're driving at night, I don't make a habit of it, to be honest with you, but if you are driving at night, be prepared for a motorcycle or even a car pickup without any rear lights. And sometimes they drive on the same side of the road as you. They'll come down your side of the road because they can't be bothered to go down, do a U-turn and come back up to get to where they want to. It's easier for them just to cut across the road and drive down the opposite side of the road, your side. So always be aware of that, especially if you've got any lights. And normally, not all of them, but some of them don't really indicate, and they'll just do the turns that they want to do. And also a lot of times they have their indicators on, so don't think that because they've got a left or right indicator on, they're going to turn left or right. They're most probably going to go straight on, or they could even turn right when they've got their left indicator on. So only use that, and always be aware that it's not always, like I said, it's not always what you think it's going to be, and don't think they're going to do what they're going to do. Use the riding skills or your driving skills that you've got, the ones that you've passed in the UK or whatever country you come from, but don't think they're all going to have the same mindset as you and have the same skills as you. So use the skills that you've got, but apply them to the way they drive here in Thailand, right? And because if you don't do that, you'll have road rage, and if you don't do that, then you could get yourself in a lot of issues that you don't really want to do. So just be totally aware of your surroundings, expect the unexpected, think they're going to kill you. So Wild West, guys, be extra cautious on roundabouts. It's not that the Thais don't get roundabouts, it's just that they're not sure about what to do. As an example, when I was driving in Malta, albeit a few years ago, you could drive straight onto a roundabout, and once you was on a roundabout, you had to give way. I don't think there's any rules in Thailand about how to use a roundabout, so don't think that because you know how to use a roundabout in your country, you may do, things change here. So always be a bit wary coming onto and exiting a roundabout. Well now, never think what you think it is. Never expect what you're expecting. Always expect the unexpected. Right, getting on to the subject of the clothes that you wear, protection. Now, I'm not going to blant on about what you should wear. You wear what you want. It's your body, it's your life. You wear what you want. But in the 4.5 years that I volunteered for Thailand, and also when I rode motorcycles in the UK, France and Spain, I've seen some quite horrific things. I mean, yeah, which I'm not going to obviously tell you about, but all I will say is you get road rash is like it's the minimum you're going to get by wearing flip-flops and board shorts and no t-shirt or no protection. You're going to get road rash, and that is as sore as you ever want to possibly imagine. and I've seen the way they deal with it in Thailand. If you go to the hospital and you've got a lot of scab, they will rub the scab off. Yep, they will rub the scab off and then redress the wound. Now keep on doing that. And also in this climate, it's very hard to heal quickly. So one, if you do get it, God forbid you don't, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the seawater, okay? Okay, ride to your ability. Never be pushed into riding faster at all. If someone says you ride slow, someone says you ride fast, you ride to your ability. And if you feel that you don't really want to ride fast to keep up with everybody, then don't. Let them go and do what they want to do and say, I'll see you in the next town, or I'll see you where we're planning to meet. Ride your own ride, okay? Ride your own ride. Never be pressurised into riding somewhere or at a different speed that you're prepared to do. Don't listen to them, guys, because they're not thinking about you, they're thinking about them. Yep. So guys, these are only my tips for riding and driving here in Thailand for 14 years. And a little bit of motocross. I ended up with concussion on Samui when I lived on Koh Tao. So, and the only thing that saved my arse there was all the protective gear that I wore. Tech 10 boots, motocross pants, motocross underbody armour, a decent showy motocross helmet and protection. So I speak from experience, and so it's up to you what you want to do and what you want to wear. But for me, hey, you know, a lot of it makes sense, and would you do that in the UK? You know, so all I'm saying is, if these tips help you, I hope they do. If they make you think a little bit more about what you're doing, you're thinking a bit more. And if I can save an accident, or guys, these are just my tips from the last 14 years riding and driving in Thailand. I hope they may jolt your memory or jolt your mind about just thinking about what you're doing before you do it. And if it helps somebody, it helps somebody. But as I said earlier, if there's anything you think I've forgotten, then stick it in the comments below, and also put in there where you're sort of commenting from, because the channel goes, it's not a massive channel, it goes, you know, there's a lot of people throughout the world that watch it. But hey, as I said, consider subscribing. I've got 730 odd videos now about our life in Thailand, and I hope it connects with some people. So most importantly, guys, ride safe. Bad Badger out.